What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. If you've been here before, I'm NeonMushroom. We're going to be playing some Premodern. We have, you've been watching on this channel, the Panda Premodern Summer Series 4, where I've been uploading my games from that tournament. It's been very cool. We have the championships coming up. We already had the Summer Series 5, which I didn't record that time, but I got second place on Blue White Flippy. And I really want to throw everyone for a loop on the fifth one, so I'm testing some weird decks that I haven't played locally or barely even on the channel yet. And there's one that we're doing today. It's Mud Stacks, or what some people will call it is Welder Tinker. The reason we're not calling it Welder Tinker for this video is because I've done so much Tinker Fling that I think people might get those decks confused. Although we do have the Tinker Fling combo, let's go over exactly what this deck is doing. There's a lot of crossover between Tinker Fling and Tinker Welder, or Mud Stacks, whatever you want to call it, and most of it's in the mana base. We've got 4 Ancient Tomb, 4 City of Traitors, but we're not playing any of the Crystal Veins because we're not a combo deck. We want our lands to stay lands. We don't want to sacrifice things to make 2. Because of the City of Traitors, we're playing Crosis' Catacombs as a 3-of. There's a trick you can do where you have a City of Traitors in play, and when you play a land, it puts a trigger on the stack to sacrifice it. If that land's a Crosis' Catacombs, that trigger also wants to go on the stack, so you stack them so you bounce the City of Traitors to the Crosis' Catacombs, and then the sacrifice the city effect just kind of fizzles, and it's awesome. We're playing some Gemstone Mine, some Shivan Reefs, and here's another card we didn't play in the Welder, or the Tinker Fling deck. It's Rishadan Port, because we're actually interested in locking our opponent out of the game, and we are putting some of that in the mana base. The reason the deck's called Welder is because of Goblin Welder. He's a little 1/1 that basically taps to swap an artifact in play with an artifact in the graveyard, and our deck is basically trying to abuse that. We've got Chromatic Spheres as fodder and material, as well as mana fixing, Phyrexian Furnace because graveyards are strong in this format, and we have to be concerned with that. Altar of Dementia as a 1-of, and Phyrexian Devourer as a 1-of. That way, if the game goes super long, I can tutor up a combo with our Tinker, which lets us sacrifice an artifact to get any artifact, and the rest of the deck is either mana or just stacks. We've got literal Smokestack, we've got Tangle Wire, Sphere of Resistance, Winter Orb, all the good stuff. The sideboard is full of like reasonable sideboard cards: Chills, Pyroclasms, Rushing Rivers, Shattering Pulse, which is a buyback artifact destruction spell, costs 5 to buy it back, but our deck can make 5 mana starting on turn 2. And then Defense Grid, Powder Keg, that's everything you gotta know. Let's hop in and play a few games with this deck. All right, round 1, we are on the play, that's lucky. Let's get a cranked opening hand. Ancient Tomb into Mind Stone's pretty good, but after that, we really have to like draw the land to play our Thran Dynamo. That said, I think even if we don't find the Dynamo, we can slow the game down for a few turns with Tangle Wire, so I think we're gonna try this. Yeah, I think we're priced into trying this. This is a hand that I could see being a mulligan after I've tested the deck some more, but I've only got a small handful of games, so I wanna see how it works out. If I didn't have the Tangle Wires, I wouldn't keep this, but you know. Mind Stone, pass. Obviously, if I just draw the land, I can play Thran Dynamo, and that's crazy. There's a Birds of Paradise. We untap and draw. It's not the land. If we drew the land, we get to go land, Thran Dynamo, Tangle Wire, so the upside of that just seems so high, but we will slow the game way down. There's a Tangle Wire. We're gonna have to tap all of our permanents, but I think that's okay because so does our opponent. Especially since they might want to play a survival of the fittest here. They tap birds, tap carp forests, play a wooded foothills. That, should we get in like a lawnmower elf? Second bird, sure. All right, they're passing to us. We have to tap all of our permanents. We'll stack the triggers always, so fading fires off first. That way we only have to tap 3 permanents. Not that it matters here because we only have 3 permanents, but you know, it is what it is. Tap 3, draw a Mind Stone. Not the greatest, but next turn we can just tap Mind Stone plus Tangle Wire and play another Mind Stone. Here they're gonna have to tap down 3 other things. So if we can get going with this Thran Dynamo and maybe develop a second Tangle Wire, we can try to push through this game with our Karn. But them having so many mana dorks is gonna make Winter Orb, which would normally be our lockout here, not quite as good. We see a Sulphurous Springs, so we're playing black, red, green. Green, black. Cabal Therapy, sure. I wonder if they just go for, I think they're supposed to go for Tinker here, which would make me really happy. They named Tinker. I don't have Tinker. They can sack a bird and take my Thran Dynamo, but I'd be more or less okay with that, I think. All right, they're not gonna take anything. So we're gonna untap, do it so the fading trigger fires first, so you have to put the actual tap trigger on the stack first, loses a counter, then we'll tap Tangle Wire in the Mind Stone, and a land here would actually be perfect. Never lucky. Okay, we'll tap the Ancient Tomb, we'll get Mind Stone in play. This might be a little slow, unfortunately. It looks like next turn we're gonna have to like tap Tangle Wire to itself, then develop. We'll have 1, 2, 3, 4 mana. So we can use 4 of it to play Thran Dynamo, tap that for 3, use 2 of it to play Mind Stone, and then if we find a land drop, we can also play another Tangle Wire, and that might actually slow the game down enough for us to feel pretty good. Great. There's their survival, so they're starting. They're probably just supposed to pass here. They could do all this at instant speed. Unless, no, I guess they could survival for like a dork and play the dork, and that wouldn't be that bad. There's the squee. Oh, they pitch Bone Shredder. That makes sense. They can't actually convert that here. Pitching the squee here doesn't make that much sense to me because I could clearly be playing Phyrexian Furnace. And they just like offered up their squee. Like right now, they're getting, oh, they got another squee. They might be playing Uzi. Like survival with zombie infestation and like buried alive. All right, they're therapying. I wonder what they take here. Smokestack, that's a bad name. They've got more permanents than me. I can't leverage Smokestack right now anyway. All right, untap, stack my triggers the correct way, lose the counter, tap the Tangle Wire to itself, draw. We find a land, so this is really quite good. We'll go Shivan Reef. Now what we're gonna do is we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're gonna develop a Thran Dynamo. Thran Dynamo makes 3. 2 of which I can use to play Mind Stone, and I'll have 1 floating. Then I can just play Tangle Wire. I think that's our play. Here's the Mind Stone, and then we'll tap for a colorless, and we'll drop the Tangle Wire. This will make them tap all of their permanents in their upkeep except for survival. And then next turn, I can like try to, let me see. I'll have to tap 3 to my Tangle Wire, so I'll tap Tangle Wire, Mind Stone, play Karn, just start smacking them with a Thran Dynamo. Is my goal. Maybe I'll leave the one of the Tangle Wires on tap so I can attack with it. Unless they're gonna go grab like, they grab another squee. Are they Uziing right now? Is that really the plan? They probably just wanna like get a zombie infestation into play and do it that way. All right, you've got all your squees in your bin. That just happens. Yeah, Krovikan Horror. So yeah, they're literally, they must be a zombie infestation deck. I can't think of anything else they'd be doing. That means that Powder Keg is gonna be really good out of the sideboard. Another card I'm thinking about for this deck is Sabo's Web. I think that would be quite good, especially in my meta. There's a lot of people playing derpy, grindy decks with a lot of manlands. And Sabo's Web lets you can loop Sabo's Web with Goblin Welder to like make a million card draws. All right, you've used all your mana, but you haven't added anything to the board, so I'm pretty okay with it. You've got a land drop, you've got a birds. Yep, you're at 15, there's a birds. Pass to me. Okay, I need to really think about how I'm going to do these Tangle Wires. We are going to put the fading counter, the fading triggers on the stack to resolve first. So loses a counter, loses a counter. Then this one's going to have me tap 0. Now I have to tap 3. Karn's going to cost 5. So that's Thran Dynamo plus Ancient Tomb. And then I'll have 1, 2, 3, up to 4 mana left over. That means I'm probably attacking with this Tangle Wire. So I should tap this Tangle Wire, Mind Stone, and attack with like this Tangle Wire. Maybe even develop Welder. Yeah, okay, that's what we'll do. We'll tap this Tangle Wire, Mind Stone, and then we'll draw City of Traitors. That's pretty good. We'll play out the City of Traitors. We'll tap for 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's a Karn Silver Golem. Then we may as well just tap for the red. They know about this Welder. We'll play out the Welder. Then we'll activate Karn Silver Golem. We'll tap, we'll lose 2 life and wake up Tangle Wire. Then we'll activate Karn Silver Golem and activate Mind Stone, head to combat, attack with all creatures for 5. They take and go to 10. And then we're gonna pass and see what they've got. If they have like a zombie infestation in their hand, I feel like we're dead. Although we do have this Welder, maybe we can like recycle enough Tangle Wires to like try to go find a not a Masticore. Masticore would work, but more likely a Triskelion to win the game that way. We'll see. Yeah, they're just like cycling through their squee triggers. They've got access to 4 mana here. Do they have an infestation? Green, activate survival, sure. Next turn I can swing 4. I'm gonna lose a Tangle Wire, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I can attack for 17 next turn, and that's pretty strong. I can also set a stop in my upkeep to use my Goblin Welder to get back my Smokestack before losing my Tangle Wire. I can also tap the Tangle Wire to this Tangle Wire. I can do a lot of things. Vampire Hounds. Discard a creature card. This creature gets +2/+2 till end of turn. I don't care. All right, they're passing to me. All right. Krovikan Horror goes back to hand. Cheat viewers on. Oh, see ya. 1 second. I got to deal with this this bot. There we go. Done. All right, my turn. We untap. I'm freezing in my upkeep. I'm gonna put Tangle Wire tap triggers on the stack first, then fading triggers. Then I'm going to allow the fading to happen. Ooh, I should have actually put this, I shouldn't have done it like that. That was a rookie mistake. I should have stacked that so I could sack it to the Welder and tap it to the Tangle Wire. So we're going to, yeah, we'll let this Tangle Wire fire off. We're gonna tap Mind Stone plus, oh no, we have to actually let it fire off. I think we want to attack for as much damage as possible. They're gonna crank off a block with that Vampire Hounds, which is a little bit scary. We'll tap Mind Stone plus Maybe it's literally just Tangle Wire because attacking with that's a little bit spooky. What's the over under? We're probably sacrificing a Mind Stone to make a Tangle Wire again. So, and I want this Tangle Wire to stay in play. So no, I'll actually just tap the Tangle Wire to itself. All right, and we will draw for turn. Winter Orb is probably the best draw I could have had here. Play Winter Orb. I think that wins us the game. All right, there's the Winter Orb. Let's activate. I can do this at instant speed. So let's do it like this. Let's add 1, 2. You know, can they give this thing evasion somehow? Interesting. Maybe I don't even attack because if I just make a Tangle Wire, they're gonna have to tap every permanent they have. Yeah, let's activate this. Let's sacrifice this Mind Stone and let's bring Tangle Wire back into the fray. And then let's just pass the turn. I'm not even gonna bother attacking. They can figure it out. They're just dead next turn. All right, they see it. They can see it. All right, we're going to game 2. How do we want to sideboard? I don't think Chill's quite right. I think that Pyroclasm might be pretty good. Maybe Powder Keg. Defense Grid seems medium. Shattering Pulse seems poor. Yeah, I think it's these 5. And even all the Pyroclasms might not be necessary. We'll just have to start adding these based on how much we have to take out. And Powder Keg, I think, comes in first because we can tutor for it. What's the over-under on our opponent being a Gaia's Blessing deck? I'm just going to assume they're not for now and keep the Devourer combo in my deck. I think I'm going to trim a Mishra's Helix. I'll keep Triskelion, Karn, the combo card, and Masticore in the deck. And then now let's go through. I love Phyrexian Furnace. I like Chromatic Sphere. I love Welder. They're going to have trouble dealing with that. I don't think they have a ton of interaction. I want the Altar for the Phyrexian. I could see trimming and Mind Stone. Ensnaring Bridge might not actually be that good. Although, no, Ensnaring Bridge can just lock them out if they like go wide with zombies. So there is that. So I'm going to keep the Ensnaring Bridge. Sphere of Resistance on the draw might be a little bit tough because of all their dorks. Maybe I just like drop 2 Sphere of Resistance. And at that point, I'm dropping all 3, right? I want 1 to be able to tutor. So I'll bring in Powder Keg, 3 Pyroclasm for these 3. Submit. We'll see how that works out. All right, let's look at this opener. This is pretty good. We've got like turn 1 Welder into turn 2. Like we could reasonably do turn 1 Winter Orb. I'm going to keep this. They've got a lot of dorks, so the Winter Orb doesn't look as good, but the Winter Orb kind of combos with Tangle Wire to make sure our opponent's kind of locked out. They're also mulliganing to 5, so keeping 7 here feels very good. All right, Bloodstained Mire. Crack it. Lose a life, you got it. Little Swamp, Duress. Duress would be quite good. All right, they're probably going to take my Winter Orb. If they take anything else, I'll be confused. Like Smokestack, that's another card I could have cut in this matchup, actually. Maybe for a couple more Pyroclasms, because they're always going to have more permanents than me, at least if their deck's operating the way they want it to be, right? But what if they just took Smokestack? That would be weird. It's Winter Orb. Yeah, there they go. They take Winter Orb. I can use the Welder to get it back. So we're just going to open on Welder. We'll take a draw. I can take the stop off of my upkeep. There's an Altar of Dementia, so we might have access to a clean, quick kill. Let's go red. Here's my Welder. All right, they're leaving their mana untapped here, which is reasonable. They're probably afraid of me doing Welder things. Let's go Ancient Tomb plus Altar. Let's just develop the Altar now. Yeah, Ancient Tomb, tap 2, Altar of Dementia, and then let's tap for 1 for a colorless and play the Chromatic Sphere and just hold up this Welder. Crop Pearls and Forest, tap for 3, play Goblin Sharpshooter. Does not have haste, so that's pretty great. Let's allow this to enter, and then let's go to the end step, and I think I will go ahead and Welder now. I don't need all of my mana next turn, right? I can untap Ancient Tomb, play... Well, I kind of want to get the Thran Dynamo in play now, right? So I can just swap for Winter Orb on my turn. Let's get my full untap. There's another Welder, so we'll hold that. We'll play Gemstone Mine, and then we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. I wonder if we should play Smokestack. We're at the point in the game where that might be enough to just wash them out of the game. So yeah, let's play the Smokestack out. And then do we want to Winter Orb them? I think so. Let's tap this, let's sacrifice the Chromatic Sphere, grab back the Warb, and then pass the turn. All right, Smokestack triggers, but it's on 0 counter, so it doesn't matter. They play a land, they can hit me with the Sharpshooter, which happens. I've got another Welder, which is interesting. They tap for a green, they crumble my Smokestack. Now that is gonna be problematic. Now we have to like find a way to deal with Goblin Sharpshooter or simply draw a Tinker. That would also be fine. We'll untap, I think, the Ancient Tomb. We're not interested in developing Welder into an active Sharpshooter. Another our first City of Traitors. So we can actually go, Johnny Cake, subscribe to Prime. Thank you for the Prime sub, buddy. Here's my City of Traitors. I will just take this moment in time to develop Thran Dynamo and pass. Now we're at the point where I can kind of sit here and wait to draw Tinker or even just the Phyrexian Devourer, because they had to crumble the Smokestack to even play the game with us. Are they going to attack? I think they should have attacked there, but that's just me. All right, we'll untap City of Traitors. All right, we draw a Shivan Reef. We're just going to start holding things and passing the turn. We're in a race to see if they find like their action first or if I find a combo first. My combos face up. If they see the altar, they know I've got it in my deck. Tap for 1/2, played. There's the zombie infestation, so cold called that. Although it's like a guarantee that they have it, right? If they've got a bunch of zombies in the graveyard, or a bunch of squeeze and Krovokan horrors. All right, go to my turn. We'll untap. I think I've got a blue source in my hand, but I kind of don't want to be priced into playing it. I'll just untap Shivan Reef. Pyroclasm's pretty good. Do we just play that here? I think so. Yeah, we'll tap here. We'll tap here for a red. Please stop having Goblin Sharpshooter. Simply cut that out. Yeah, you hit me. Now our Welder's online, which seems pretty good. We can't play it this turn, we're out of colored mana, but I mean, I guess we could play Shivan Reef and sack City of Traitors. How good is that? I think we go for it. Yeah, Shivan Reef. We'll sack the City of Traitors. We'll tap for red. Here's my Goblin Welder. Go ahead, opponent. 2 cards in hand, 3 mana available. If this Welder survives, I can dig out from under my own Winter Orb, which is very powerful. They tap for 3, they play Buried Alive, so they're gonna start. Buried Alive gets 3 Squee. Those all go to the bin. That's pretty strong. Although since they're doing Squee and Krovokan Horror, I can't imagine they actually have access to Gaia's Blessing, because that would be like a big Nambo in their deck. Both their Krovokan Horrors are gonna go back to hand, so I won't be able to attack. Joke's on them, I wasn't planning to do that anyway. But getting Smokestack back now is a non-starter because they'll just sacrifice tokens. 2 Krovokan Horrors to hand, they've got a mystery card. So this is the angle they're going to take, which makes sense. So it's now on me to find a way to win the game. I'm gonna untap the Thran Dynamo anyway. Let's make sure I have access to blue in case I can just tinker. We draw City of Traitors, not the greatest, not the worst. We can go for a draw here, but I don't think we should. I think we should be patient. We'll just play City and pass. What I'll do is I'll let them make their zombie. At the end of their turn, I'll crack my Winter Orb with Welder, getting back Chromatic Sphere, and then draw a card with the Sphere. All right, you get a zombie. You get the Krovokan Horrors back, you get another zombie. Oh, they only get the 1 Krovokan Horror back, so a zombie, I guess, isn't that good here. Because they'd have to discard their last unknown card. All right, Squee goes back to hand, you got it. Go to combat, you for sure attack. I can't do anything about it. I'll take 2 and go to 12. Ouch. This is a spot where if I had access to Sabo's Web, it would be so good, because I could just like chain Sabo's Web with Welder. You discard with Zombie Infestation, that way you can set up getting back your horrors at end step. That's very smart. Go to end step, and then with those triggers on the stack, I'm gonna go ahead and do my thing. I will sack my own Winter Orb, and I'm gonna get back Chromatic Sphere. And then I think I will pop the Sphere now just for a red. All right, we draw a Rishadan Port, which is not great. But we've got a couple more turns to find the win. Deck 1 Tinker, please. Another Port, how gross. I guess I can farm for it again, right? But if I farm for it again, then I don't get to warp them, and that's problematic. They're probably gonna attack us for 6. I need to find it as fast as possible, I think. So what we'll do is we'll tap Thran Dynamo for 3. We'll activate this, sacking the Thran Dynamo, getting back our Chromatic Sphere. There go my Bezo bucks. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate that. And then we'll crack this for a blue, I suppose. Tinker, Powder Keg. We'll play Powder Keg. As far as buying time goes, that's quite good. And then, do we want a Rishadan Port? I don't think so. We're just gonna pass. We are still just looking. We're simply looking for the goods. We're simply looking for our friend Tinker or our friend Phyrexian Devourer. Oh no, my Twitch chat isn't picking up chat. That sucks on OBS. I'll have to go back and fix those settings. All right, you get squeezed back, that's fine. Land, sure. Combat 4. I'm not gonna pop this keg till it's lethal. We'll just take 4. Pass to me, untap. I will not use the Powder Keg's ability. We draw a Chromatic Sphere. Let's tap for 2. Let's play the Chromatic Sphere. Winter Orb doesn't do anything now because they are completely untapped, so we're just simply gonna cycle this for a blue. There's a Tangle Wire. So then we can go, let me see, I've got 1 floating. I don't wanna lose a bunch of life, so we'll go 1, 2, and we'll drop the Tangle Wire. Then do we want to just get Port into play, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? We've got access to 7 mana. Of course, if we ever do draw the Phyrexian Devourer, we can just get back our Thran Dynamo if we need to. At this point, I'm wondering if I should just go for the thing. Sacrifice the, I would have to sacrifice Powder Keg to get back a way to draw a card. So we're just going to pass through our phases. Wire does Tangle Wire things. They have to tap 4. I imagine it's just 4 lands. They're operating off of no mana right now. I don't know why they didn't make zombie tokens. They should have probably. Birds of Paradise, sure. Combat attack for 2, 4. I'll take 4. Is that all you got? Go to end step. It's time to Welder. I'm gonna Welder away my own Tangle Wire, and I'm gonna get back Chromatic Sphere. And then I'm gonna pop this Sphere for red right now. Tapping, I don't know. Let's not take a bunch of damage. Tapping for blue here. There's a Mind Stone. That doesn't do anything, but we'll untap. Got a lot of digs here. I will not use Powder Keg's ability. They've tapped a bunch of mana, so now I have access to Warb as a pretty good option. So what I think I'll do is I'll tap City of Traitors and play up Mind Stone, and then I will Welder back my Winter Orb. That way they don't have mana. I guess I don't care if they have mana, right? What if I just crack my Mind Stone and try to draw the goods? It feels like that's what we're priced into doing right now, yeah. Sacrifice this, draw a card, we'll add a colorless. Tinker. Damn. Well, I can play this Crosis Catacombs and stack it so Crosis fires off second, like this, and then we'll bounce the City of Traitors, and then City of Traitors ability will functionally fizzle. And then do I want to get in? I need my Powder Keg, but I don't want to lose Altar of Dementia. I guess we're just passing and popping the keg and giving it one more turn. A little unlucky, we've been through 22 cards and haven't found a single Tinker or Phyrexian Devourer, which is a bummer, but what can you do? Luckily, this Welder will let me keep buying back the Powder Keg, so if they don't find an answer for the Welder, we feel kind of okay. Are you gonna duress me? Are you gonna Bone Shredder? Oh, they're gonna cast Provoking Horror. So, do they have enough mana to kill us? They kinda do. Do they have enough creatures to kill us? They kinda do. I think we're dead here. What we need to do is pop this keg on 0 though, and then we let the Provoking Horror resolve, but I think this might kill us because they can make 2 zombies and then sacrifice everything. Provoking Horror, I'm pretty sure, can sacrifice itself, right? Sacrifice a creature, it deals 1 damage to any target. Okay. All right, yeah, we're dead here. That's unfortunate. Concede. Can I I'm just curious as to when I would have drawn my Tinker. Let me draw more cards. It won't let me. Okay, begin sideboarding. I think that we don't want Smokestack, and I think that on the play, Sphere of Resistance is so much better. By the way, do you do deck techs? Coming soon, but they're not going to be quite deck techs. They're going to be closer to more of a full-on primer of the archetype and maybe a little bit of history about it. But yeah, it's going to be more of like a deep dive into the archetype than a specific 75 cards. But the answer is going to be yes, very shortly. All right, let's see if we can keep this opener. It's a non-soul land 1-lander. That's a mulligan. This hand plays Mind Stone on turn 1. And then Tangle Wire on turn 2, and I've got a Tinker. That's a keep. I mean, for chat submitted, sorry. Oh, right now, no. I could see doing that. Right now, like, it could eventually become like a patron perk or something, but if I were to, you know, I can't just like edit a video, like a full-on, fully produced video on a whim off of a suggestion, just because my calendar gets kind of busy. My opponent mulligan to 6, I have mulligan to 6. I will pitch one of my City of Traitors, but I would like to start doing them. Yes, that is on the dossier. Opponent mulligan to 5. They did that last game, but they won. But I kind of bricked a bunch of turns in a row, so a little bit unlucky. Now, we don't have colored mana in this hand, but we can play a long game and try to find the colored mana. All right, Ancient Tomb, tap it, lose 2. Mind Stone, tap Mind Stone. Play Phyrexian Furnace, pass the turn. Phyrexian Furnace on turn 1 in this matchup, pretty good. Pretty solid. Yeah, you duressed me. You probably are supposed to take Tangle Wire, but maybe you'll get Jedi Mind Tricked and take the Tinker. They take Tinker, sure. All right, we'll go to the end step where I will activate Phyrexian Furnace. No graveyard for you. Untap. Take a draw. Crosis Catacombs will go great with the City of Traitors. I will just take a moment to develop my Tangle Wire. It doesn't do very much right now, but I want my opponent to do nothing for the first 2 turns. Little forest action, sure. Little crumble. Let's go ahead and sacrifice this, hitting my own Tinker, and draw a card. All right, crumble resolves. I can't use this mana, unfortunately. All right, go to my next turn. Tangle Wire, stack the triggers the good way. Then loses the counter. We'll tap the Tangle Wire, the Ancient Tomb, and the Mind Stone. We draw an altar. So what we'll do is, since we're a Welder deck, we don't mind exposing this. So we'll tap City of Traitors for 2. Play Crosis Catacombs, stack it so Crosis fires off first, so we'll put City of Traitors on the stack first, and then we will bounce the City of Traitors with the Crosis Catacombs, and then we've got 2 floating, so we will play Altar of Dementia, and then we'll tap for 1, and we'll play Chromatic Sphere, and then we'll pass. Well, yeah, I think most MTG streamers let you cash in your channel points to review decks, or that could be really cool. Sorry, I'm not a Twitch guy, so if but I want to lean a little bit more into Twitch since people seem to be enjoying the streams. So if that's like normal, the normal culture on Twitch, that could be really cool. Because I want to move to streaming closer to daily soon, and that involves doing streams that don't necessarily feed back into YouTube. So maybe that's a really good idea, actually. All right, so we just need to find Tinker at this point again. We're back at the point where we have Altar in play. All right, we'll tap Tangle Wire and Altar to the Tangle Wire. We draw Rishadan Port. We'll play that. And then do we like try to draw a card here just to see if we like naturally find it? I think so. We'll lose 2 life and we'll tap practice for blue. There's a Tangle Wire. I mean, I've seen worse things. So we'll tap the Rishadan Port down and we'll play a Tangle Wire out and then we will pass the turn. YouTube is better for discoverability. Yeah, I'm a small little fry here on Twitch, but on YouTube, you know, I've got for the type of content I do, you know, I'm doing pretty well. I'm pretty happy with how everything's progressing. Opponent has to tap everything to Tangle Wire. I only have to tap 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's Tangle Wire, Altar, plus, I don't know, Rishadan Port. That's pretty good for me. Now we're just at this point in the game again where I just got to draw it. We want the fading to happen first. So we'll put that on the stack, then 2 fading counters. Fades down to 1, fades down to 3. Tap 1 to itself. Tap 3, we'll go 1, 2, 3, draw. It's a Sphere of Resistance. I guess we're playing that. City of Traitors, tap for 2, play Sphere of Resistance. I'm hellbent. And we'll sit here and do this for a while. This might be a 2-game league just because of how long the Welder Tinker deck actually takes to pilot. You tap all of your things. You pass to me. Amazing. On tap, do all the things the way I did them last time. Okay, Fade goes away, tap 2, which is 1, 2. Take a draw. It's a Phyrexian Furnace. Well, here's what we'll do. We'll crack this Mind Stone. We're going to start by going 2, sacrifice this to draw a card using one of these manas to see if we just win. It looks like we might. My opponent says, please just kill me. Working on it. Tinker, we're going to go ahead and hit the Tangle Wire with nothing on it. And we need a blue and we need a colorless. Oh, we need one more for Tinker. There we go. And we will tinker away this tap Tangle Wire and we will go grab our Phyrexian Devourer and we win. Okay, we got there. Opponent just wanted to die. Reasonable. Okay, that's pretty sweet. That felt good. Let's play another game. We've been shooting for 40 minutes for that one game already. Let's do it. All right, game 2, and we found an opponent, and we're on the play. Amazing. This opening hand does kind of nothing. Like we have one super turbo soul land that lets us play out Chromatic Sphere. I guess we can play a turn with this hand, a turn for Mishra's Helix, and we get to start porting our opponent. So maybe we just keep this. I don't know. This is one of those hands I need to actually play before I know whether it's a mulligan or a keep. So we're not going to open on Ancient Tomb. We're simply going to open on Shivan Reef, tap it for a colorless, and drop a Chromatic Sphere. And then we will simply pass the turn. Yeah, I don't fault the opponent there either. That was a kind of a hard spot. Those negators are sick. I'm a big fan of them, yeah. You know who did them? I mean, you got over in Shared Discovery for the Peach Ball, Al Bonacorsi did a lot of those promos, and he does some of ours too. He does the actual art, and then I do the text overlays on them. We do a little bit of team effort. All right, they're passing turn. We draw action spell would be good. Thran Dynamo, almost. I mean, it does, so this is turn 2. That unlocks a turn 3 Mishra's Helix, but they're a birds deck, so I don't know how good that is. We'll play Rishadan Port and put a stop in our opponent's upkeep. We are going to try to lock them out of mana. All right, in your upkeep, opponent, tap your forest like this. Art alters his prizes for Premodern tournaments really is buying into the whole keyfabe. What is that? I'm not sure what that is, but I love it. I think it's so cool. Looks like our opponent's just gonna pass. Fine with me. We'll take an on-tap. We'll take a draw. It's a City of Traitors. We'll play Ancient Tomb. We're gonna take a turn off to get Thran Dynamo into play. 1, 2, 3, 4. May I have this Thran Dynamo? Okay, you go. Next turn, we can play Mishra's Helix with the Thran Dynamo in the Ancient Tomb and use the Mishra's Helix to tap our opponent out of all of their lands. So if they don't find an Antuco Vigilante or an Uktabi Orangutan, all of a sudden we're looking at prisoning them for a good amount of time. Then it becomes time to start figuring out how to win the game. There's another bird, so they're going to have mana. It's when people participate in wrestling, act like the fight is real, which is ironically makes it matter. Yeah, I think it's fun. It's fun to play pretend, isn't it? All right, well, on tap, we'll take a draw. They didn't find a land, and I have a fucking Karn, so that might be meaningful. I still think I'm developing Helix first. Let's go City, Thran Dynamo, Helix, and then pass the turn. Now, it's not going to work super great this turn because I'm going to try to tap their Wooded Foothills. You know what I can do? I can actually try to tap their Wooded Foothills like this. Then they have to crack it. Then I can Helix the land they go fetch for. All right, you crack. All right, you've got a mountain. Tap for 2, hit this, tap 1, 2. Prison. Get prisoned, opponent. If they weren't a mana dork deck, we would be cooking so fucking hard right now. And Tog, Beskews you? All right, well, on tap. Time to try to kill our opponent because there's a Tog in play, I guess. Let's tap City of Traitors for 2, play Crosis as a Catacombs, put the City of Traitors trigger on the stack first, and then actually fire off the Catacombs trigger, bounce into City of Traitors, and then I don't have to sack it. Then with 2 floating, we'll also do 3. You know what? Do we want to just attack with this Thran Dynamo? We can block with the Chromatic Sphere, right? Yeah, let's go 1, 2, 3 and play out the Karn. Then we can, now the trick is we have to have enough mana to like, maybe we wait till next turn to attack because I really want to Helix our opponent's lands down in their upkeep. So let's just pass the turn, I guess. All right, Helix, 1, 2, 3, done. Pay for it with Dynamo. 1, 2, 3. No mana for you, opponent. The Psychotog's interesting because that means they're not gushing, so maybe they're also doing some type of an infestation / survival squee thing. Swords to Plowshares, get the fuck out of here. No, they're playing 5 colors. Opponent is the king of greed. Okay, we're activating Chromatic Sphere so we can block Psychotog. All right, I'll gain a bunch of life. Now we just need like Winter Orb plus Smokestack or something. Go to blocks, take this block, crack this for a red. Oh, Triskelion, not bad. All right, pass to me, amazing. Smokestack, City of Traitors, All right, what's the over under on this? I need to do math. I've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 mana. That's enough for Triskelion and Smokestack. I think we're just supposed to do both of these things, but I like what Helix is doing as well. So maybe we're supposed to get Triskelion down first and tap them out, then Smokestack? Yeah, I think so, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, Trike, and then Trike, shoot a bird, Trike, shoot a bird. And then do I value Smokestack and play now over hitting them with Helix? I think so. I think no. I think we're going to hit them with Helix again. Although it's going to, maybe not. What can they do on 4 mana next turn? I don't want to find out. I'm going to play it like dangerously safe. Although they have the polluted delta, so they'll have access to 2 mana. How different is 2 to 5 in terms of what they can actually accomplish? Okay. I talked myself into it. If I die, I die. Here's a Smokestack. All right, they concede. We got it. We got it. We got it. Begin sideboarding. Okay. No clue what our opponent's doing. No clue in this big, wide, round world what our opponent is trying to get up to. Defense grid seems unlikely. Powder Keg on 1 can be good. We saw a bunch of birds, so maybe like 2 Pyroclasm. I'm on the draw, so maybe Sphere of Resistance is less good versus the bird, so I'll take those out. Maybe Winter Orb sucks, but I don't think so. I think Winter Orb plus Tangle Wire is still so good even there. So maybe like also bring in a Powder Keg just for like random hate. Try this. Submit. All right, what are we looking at? We've got Devourer combo in hand. We've got access to 4 mana. We can go like turn 2 Thran Dynamo into Tangle Wire. I think we're supposed to keep this. If they duress this, it's like womp womp. That's just how the cookie crumbles. Draw a good 2-drop? Not quite, but we'll play Ancient Tomb and pass. Please don't waste. If they have Wasteland and they're 4-color, then it's the greediest deck in the planet. Just a mountain. Mox Diamond. Greed is good, chat. All right, let's go City of Traitors. Tap for 1, 2, 3, 4. Thran Dynamo. Tap Thran Dynamo. Tangle Wire. Crows and Tusker, fine. We just need to find blue mana now. And then we have a combo. Tangle Wire, and hope they don't have Gaia's Blessing, because I think that's the angle we're taking this game. Tap all of your permanents, please. Birds, sure. Pass to me. What's the over/under on, well, it depends if we've even to find the blue source. So we'll put the triggers on a stack like that. We'll fade, and then we'll tap both of our lands plus Tangle Wire, because Thran Dynamo has the most amount of mana on it. 1, 2, 3. We draw a blue source. What does that mean? If we play Gemstone Mine, we go back down to 5 mana, but then we can play Phyrexian Devourer on 6. But if we expose our Altar of Dementia, they're immediately going to know what's up, right? Is that okay? Doing it all in one turn would be crazy. That's 9 mana. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You know, with another soul land, we could actually do it. But we can't do it next turn as it stands because we won't be able to play 2 lands, and playing a land right now is going to kill our City of Traitors. Do we just like go for it? What are we even tinkering? We tinker like, you know what? Let's just continue the freeze. Let's freeze out the game for as long as possible. Tangle Wire, go. I'm not even gonna play a land. We're just gonna play don't play magic. Second Tangle Wire. They had to tap 7 here, which is great. I'm gonna have to tap 5, which is hilarious. It's all my permanents, but then they're gonna have to tap 5 and that's all their permanents. Doesn't really matter how I stack these, we're tapping everything. 1, 2. I'm definitely starting to see there's a certain play with your food vibe to many of your decks. That's fair. Yeah, that's fair. I do enjoy that part of the game, unfortunately. We could develop Winter Orb right now, but I don't want to get caught under my own Winter Orb. I think we're going to continue to do nothing. When we eventually tinker, it's going to be on our useless Tangle Wire. Because they have to tap 5 here, but we only have to tap 3. Meaning we're going to have 5 up to 6 mana next turn. All right, they're just passing back. Now it matters how we stack our triggers, so we'll do it correctly. And then the fade goes down to 1, fade goes down to 2. I have to tap 1, we'll tap the Tangle Wire itself. I have to tap 2, I'll tap Tangle Wire plus Ancient Tomb. Boom, we take a draw. It's a Pyroclasm. I could do some stuff here. I could weirdly go Pyroclasm plus Winter Orb and like really freeze our opponent out of the game. That would make it hard for them to have enough mana to actually interact with our combo. But I have to go down mana to do it to get red, but I think that's okay. We'll go 1, 2, play Gemstone Mine. Trigger the City of Traitors, goes away. Then we'll go red, and we'll just drop a Pyroclasm. 1 for 1 the birds. Then we'll tap for 3, and we will go Winter Orb, tapping for 1, 2. Then they'll untap 1 land, untap their Mox Diamond, tap everything else. Next turn I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. I could go up to 8 if I draw a soul land. All right, they're passing, very nice. We will untap 1 land, it'll be this Ancient Tomb. Or do I need blue for Tinker? I don't think we're tinkering this turn. Maybe we are low-key. No, maybe we might tinker this turn. We'll untap the Gemstone Mine. We'll stack these Tangle Wire triggers the proper way. And then we will tap nothing to the first one because it goes to 0. Then the second one goes to 1. So we will tap this Tangle Wire, I suppose. And then we can tinker away that Tangle Wire. We got a Triskelion as well, which is kind of cool. Let's go Rishadan Port. Let's tap for blue. Let's tap for 3. And let's cast Tinker. Let's pay the mana and then hit my dead Tangle Wire. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can cast Devourer next turn. So let's just go for the combo, I think. Let's grab an Altar of Dementia. I've got 2 more mana to work with, which doesn't actually do anything, so we're just gonna pass. They're still gonna be locked. They'll have access to maybe 2 mana next turn. To stack correctly, you just do fading first, right? You want the fading to resolve first, so you put the tapping triggers on the stack first, then the fading counters, exactly. Now they've got a Mox Diamond, they've got a whatever the hell this thing is. They've got a Birds, so they're tapped out. Now it's just, do they have Gaia's Blessing in their deck or not? And we're about to find out. We will untap. Oh wait, no, I can't quite do it. No, I can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Boom. And then stack these triggers and we'll just tap Tangle Wire to itself. Oh, it's 0. We don't even have to tap it. We're going for it here, kids. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Phyrexian Devourer. If they don't immediately concede, maybe they have Gaia's Blessing. Hi. Activate Phyrexian Devourer. Oh, he says GG's. I think we got it. I'm waiting for them to actually concede though, because they might make me play it out. I don't know. Are you going to pass priority so I can kill you, or are you going to actually concede, buddy? Fan of the channel. Keep up the good work. Oh, that's sweet. Oh, thank you so much. Thanks for games. Very sweet opponent. Thank you. Okay. Little 2-0 action. We've been streaming for, I think, long enough. I don't know if I want to subject you guys to watching the online variant of this deck, especially since if I record this in paper at the Pandemonium Premodern Championships coming up on the 23rd, which I'll put a card on screen right now in case you're semi-local and you want to come check that out. There's so much cool prizing. I'll actually go through some of it before letting you go, but we're gonna call that good, because if I've got more Welder Stax paper gameplay coming, I don't want to subject you to too much of that. I know there's sickos who really enjoy that, but I got to be careful. Pricing, I really wanted to go through this really quick. So what I'm going to do is just show you some cool stuff. Okay, I really should have prepped this ahead of time, but we've got this, how close can I get? That close? There we go. There's the Dark Ritual. Oh, this is all for first place. Phyrexian Negator, first place. Little basic land action, 2 of them, just for coming. Each of top 4 is going to get basic. And then I forgot to show you the second Phyrexian Negator. Al Bonacorsi did all the art. I did all the text, which is really cool. And then, first place also gets a pack of Apocalypse that, I think that's really cool. Then this is something really cool. Kevin DeCosta, you might see in the studio soon. He was the Stasis pilot for the Stasis game from the last tournament. He went ahead and printed these up. Or when I say printed, I mean etched them for us. They're plaques for the 3rd, 4th, 2nd, and 1st place, which are really cool. And then, game 1 of the series that I'm shooting for the championships, I have a round 1 bye because I'm tied for 1st on the leaderboard. But we have to figure out who gets the plaque. So me and Ryan Gates are going to play round 1 as an exhibition game, and we'll record that for you. And then you get an overall points leader, and you get another Al Bonacorsi original, this King Psychotalk. So if you're thinking about traveling for some pre-modern events and you're not sure where to go, might I suggest you come out to Pandemonium Games and Hobbies in Southeast Michigan and play some pre-modern with us. But that's all I have for you today. Very cool. How are these made? I have to talk to Kevin. I know he's got a machine for it. That's all I know for sure. But I gotta go. I got such a busy day after this. So love you. Bye-bye. See you next time. Don't get kidnapped.